All right, guys, today I want to show you how to throw an opponent who doesn't want you to throw them, okay? So a lot of times, especially me, I'm more of a judo guy than I am a wrestler. It's my preferred way of taking someone down is to throw them. And I look for trips or sweeps. Now the problem with that, I like it because it doesn't, thought of shooting on someone, though I will shoot, I don't like the idea of someone sprawling on me, so that's why I prefer the judo way of taking someone down. But the problem is if people know you're a good judo guy and they look for it, and you get dominant grips, they're going to disengage. What I mean is they do this I call it anti-judo. They do this, okay? And honestly, this is, if you don't know how to deal with it, it's kind of difficult, right? If he puts his hips back like that, and I try, say, an O-Soto, and I just reach, he can just single leg me, right? I'm leaving myself open, right? And if he stiff arms me too, like I can't, it's hard to really do anything, right? But since I have dominant grips, I'm going to use that to throw him, even if his hips are away and he stiff arms me, and I'm going to end up getting an O-Soto off this, right? So here, go ahead. So he's there, he gets away. So what I want to do is I want to take my grip and I want to load him up to one side. So my collar grip, I want to tilt him and I'm pulling this into me. So you can see his weight's starting to go over the far corner there, right? And that's what I want. Even with his hip back. Now, it's going to be hard for me to step in here because at any point, if he sees me lift my leg nice and slow, he can just let go and I have to deal with that. Granted, in judo, you can't touch the legs, but in other grappling arts, you can. So what I do is once I load him up and I get the weight over that corner, I'm going to take my far leg and I'm going to dig my heel into his hamstring like a spur. So I'm going to come in here quick, right? And I'm going to use like that spike. I'm kind of spiking it in there. I'm going to use that spike to hop myself forward. And once I'm even with him, I'm going to finish the O-Soto, okay? I'm going to do this slow and then I'll do one fast. But I run into this a lot. Guys know I want to throw them, right? It's just my preferred method of getting a takedown. And as soon as I get dominant grips and they turn their hips away, right? So obviously based on your grips, it's telling you where you're gonna go. So I'm gonna load him up to the far corner. Here's my Kazushi, he's off balance. I'm not gonna lift it, right? I'm gonna dig my heel in like a spur, like a spike. And I'm gonna use this to pull me forward. I'm using the heel to pull me forward. And then I'm finishing, right? I've been doing this for years. Works almost every time. But if I don't have good Kazushi, off balancing, right, and I try to spike in here, he's not really in any danger. You just drop his weight over this way, and I might lose it, right? So even if his hips are as far away from you as possible, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. So he's here. He doesn't want me to throw him. He disengages as much as he can, and he's afraid of getting thrown. Off balance him, hook, hop, 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 and then finish the throw. Not as impressive as a big swinging O-Soto, but this is the one you're more than likely to get most of the time, all right? I'll do it at a different angle for you guys. Right here, and I prefer a high collar grip, and I pull here, almost like I'm doing a bow and arrow, right? Because if you're too loose here, you can just duck under, and you don't want that, right? So when I get this in, I pull here and I push here. See, he's loaded up. Hook, hop, and then finish. You're not getting the big arcing swing, but this is the one you're more than likely to get because no one is just going to let you come in and throw them. If you can get that O-Soto, more power to you, and great. But a lot of times, as soon as you start exchanging grips with someone and you go to move your hips forward, they're going to disengage. They're afraid of getting thrown. Hop, 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 finish. Okay? You're not going to see this out of another judo guy. Two judo guys engage, it's not going to be like that, but if you're going with a guy that's more from a jiu-jitsu background, or even a wrestling background with the gi on, they're going to disengage. No gi, I kind of do this the same way. I tend to grab the collar, pull down, grab the sleeve, and again, watch. See, there it is, and I go. You also have the option no gi to underhook, but the problem is with underhooks and overhooks, it gets into a battle of strength at that point, which I don't like. But if you're going to do it, no gi, grab the wrist, pull it here, same thing, and then boom. It'll work just the same, all right? Not a lot of difference. Gi, no gi. Your thing is just when you get that, see how I'm digging it into his hamstring and it's bending his knee, thus compromising his balance more, and then I come in, that's everything. This is the first part of the off balance is right here, but then when I get this, look, see? At this point, I just hop until I'm square and then finish. You digging that heel in is going to compromise his balance more, and it's going to help you get the throw easier. So if you're struggling to throw people with O-Soto-Gari, This is the version that I recommend. This is the version that I do. Super easy to practice. You want to practice it with someone, get a collar sleeve grip, have them throw their hips back. And then quickly dip your heel in the back of their leg, bend their knee, and once you're even with them, just boom, hard as you can. If you have a crash pad, even better. So give this one a shot.